This video is sponsored by Skillshare. More about them later.
Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful morning. It is so cold though. It's probably like mid-30s Fahrenheit. We got Morro Rock here. It's the first time I've ever been here. It's absolutely beautiful. We have the belt of Venus going off towards the west side of the sky there, where you have the Earth's shadow going towards the east here. I'm facing south towards Morro Rock. There's some lines in the sand. They look really nice. They have some nice texture to them, but also the waves are coming in. So one of my favorite techniques for seascape photography is hold the shutter button extremely light and put it on continuous high and just hold the button down. So as the waves come in, I'm constantly taking shots, and then the waves go back out again. I'm just holding down that shutter button to make sure that I get everything. And then when I get back on the computer later, I can choose whichever photo I want. And for me, that's always the best way to do it. I end up with a lot of photos, but I have a lot to choose from when it comes to trying to time the wave. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just, capturing everything coming in, the entire event, and then, picking the best shot later. So you really, really have to be careful with the polarizer. It is completely trashing my sky. So I'm trying to cut the glare off of the sand here because of all these patterns I want to get. So I'm trying to cut that glare so I can see those sand patterns a bit better. The problem is it absolutely destroys my sky. I mean, if you guys ever use a polarizer in your sky, man, it makes it look absolutely terrible. The color, especially in the blue, gets really weird. So I'm cutting out all the glare off the sand here, taking a shot, and then I'm removing the circular polarizer and exposing for the sky, which is going to be a little bit darker. Alright guys, I'm doing a little bit of experimenting here and honestly having so much fun. There is a little sea stack off to the right of Morro Rock, doing a little bit of ICM, and what I'm doing is I'm putting my shutter button on continuous high, and as these waves are breaking, panning with the waves, and I'm having about a half of a second shutter speed. I think it's just a really cool painterly look, but I want this sea stack to be sharp. So what I'm gonna have to do is just blend. There we go, doing it again. Some of these bigger waves coming in look really nice. Catch this motion and give it this painterly look in the water, but then I'm taking one shot for the sea stack so that can be sharp. And I got a lot of birds on it, and the colors and the gradient on it, it's white, looks like just bird crap everywhere on it. And it's cool to experiment with stuff like this, especially since I don't get to do this kind of photography very often, being in Arizona. I'm 6 hours away from any kind of ocean. So the fact that I get to come out here and do this is always so much fun for me. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the ICM, like with trees. I don't know, I find it just, not interesting. But for some reason, with water, I absolutely love it. With waves, I just love the way that it looks. Good, how are you?
Good.
How'd you make out over there?
Good, it was beautiful. That reflection in the ocean from the belt of Venus was awesome.
Yeah, it was nice, huh?
Yeah.
Anything you like?
Yeah.
Other than the clear skies?
Oh,
We thought we left
doesn't
Arizona
matter.
for the clear skies, and here we go.
Yeah.
All of us. Alright guys, time for second breakfast. We left Morro Bay and headed north towards the Big Sur coast when we came across some kind of turf war between the elk and some cattle. As things started to get a bit too tense, we got out of there and found something a bit more laid back. Near San Simeon, these enormous elephant seals were right at the tail end of their breeding season when we got here in late February. At peak times, there can be up to 17,000 animals in this area at once. These are when the big adult males show up, which can weigh up to 5,000 pounds and get up to 16 feet long. You can see all the pups that were just recently born.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they might fight. Everyone don't like it. Like, here they go. Here they go. He's like, no, I don't want any of it.
One of the great things about the Big Sur coast, especially right now, it's the end of February, there's nobody out here. I mean, driving on the highway, there's nobody really, and hiking out here in these little trails, there's nobody. Even at Morro Bay, there really is nobody there, so it was absolutely fantastic. I think everybody right now is over in Yosemite photographing firefall. About 10,000 photographers, it feels like. Something I have zero desire to do. Like I said, I'm used to being in Southern California where everything is so crowded, but right now, nobody is out here. Well, we just made it. We shot this place last time we were here, but the light was absolutely terrible. We had some sea fog come in. We decided to come out here again today and got some really nice light. I think I like my shot. It's very calm out here. The swell is not very big at all. So as far as the ocean goes, there's not a lot of interest and it's not anything really exciting. Nice to kind of relax down and just enjoy the sunset, listening to the waves. And yeah, nice way to end the first day. The next morning, we decided to find the calla lilies that bloom here in the late winter and the early spring months. And we found them to be much taller and much more difficult to shoot than we expected. Trying to get the tripod in a good spot was extremely difficult. We decided to shoot this during sunrise because it's such a small place. We really wanted to be by ourselves, even though the better light was probably at sunset. We gladly made the sacrifice of the better light in order to avoid the crowds. And once we got our fill of calla lilies, we headed down to the beach to play in the surf, where I got one of my favorite photos from the trip. Do you want to tell everybody about your ICM shot?
Oh yeah, that was good. I'm the master of ICM.
So I got some behind the scenes footage of Chris shooting some Seascape ICM, her special ICM technique. Wait till you guys see this photo, it's fantastic.
Now let's quickly talk about our sponsor. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes available with subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. I'm super interested in filmmaking and videography, so I took a class by Oliver Astrologo called Video Editing, Transforming Footage into Evocative Travel Stories. Oliver is a master in his field, and he also provides the footage to work with, so you can start right away with putting together a video yourself. The tips he provided for filming, transitions, and optimizing for social media were super helpful, and I'm excited to work on our next travel vlog. If you'd like to learn how to put together a short travel film yourself, then definitely head over to Skillshare by clicking the first link in the description below. And because they are sponsoring this video, the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description box or the code Perea Photography will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video.